I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Hello everyone's. I am here for Love and Hip Hop New York Season 9, The Reunion Part 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you return and you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So we didn't get Safaree the last episode, and I didn't think that he was going to come out, but you know, at the last 5 minutes, like, okay, intercom, yes, Safaree, he's walking on the stage. You know, all kinds of dramatic. You know how Mona Scott Young likes to do. So Safaree gets there and he said he had some issues with his family, and family comes first. You know, this is secondary. He's always going to put his family first. So we got to discuss Joe putting 20 on 10 at the little beach bonfire. But Safaree says that he learned that Joe likes to put on for the camera. Because on the way to the bonfire, you know, him and Joe, they was just talking just as regular because there was no cameras on the bus to the bonfire. So we get to the bonfire and now all of a sudden Joe, he's in his feelings because Safaree invited Erica on this vacation, even though nobody saw Erica. Had she not put it on social media, they would have never known that she was there. Joe's thing was, out of respect for me, this is your new girl, but this is my girl's ex-girlfriend. Things could have went sour. Almost the whole cast does not like Erica, so why'd you bring her along? It's like, you ain't saying nothing on the ride to the bonfire, but at the bonfire, you want to, you know, put on for the camera. You was turned up to like the 4th degree of powers. And Safaree says, you know, you didn't say anything when I had Erica with me at Remy and Papoose' baby shower. Y'all actually talked. So how was that different for her being there? I didn't tell you I was bringing her to that function and she was there. It was perfectly fine. But when I bring her on vacation, now all of a sudden it's an issue. I just need to know what is going on. What's her name? Yanni didn't understand why they were so mad if she wasn't around the group. Remy didn't understand why he's so mad. But Safaree's whole thing is he's being very protective of Erica. And I'm like, I just didn't see their relationship being like that because Safaree, he then had like a new love interest on every time you turn around. So I wasn't really too for sure about them, but he was being very protective of her. Like, dude, if she wasn't around, what does it care? You and Sin did not see her. We was off in the room by ourselves. We was off doing adventures by ourselves. Y'all saw her at the baby shower and nobody had anything to say. But you want to be out here studying for the cameras and I just don't understand why. Jonathan says his behavior on the show was a result of him and his anxiety pills and mixing it with alcohol. Mainly when he's been going off and just yelling for no reason at all. And, you know, he apologized to Juju because that was rude and disrespectful for him. She apologized, you know, for the things that happened between them. He said, Juju, she is not, you know, a mean-spirited person at all. She is a very loving person. Juju said she showed up to Jonathan's birthday because, you know, Jonathan's birthday, that's a big event. Him and Yandy, they came down to her graduation ceremony. So, of course, she was going to be at his party. But, you know, Anais kind of, like, had things that we was just kind of messed things up. They did kind of like briefly speak on Anais since we ain't seen her since like episode 3 or 4. Probably before then. She is getting help she needs, but Jonathan feels that like somebody was drugging her and she's now fully in her sound, you know, mind and all that stuff. But that Anais that we have been seeing, that's not the true Anais. I was like, I guess. This is when I was looking at Nia like really. I was like, Nia was getting on my nerves. She got on my nerve this whole season. Mainly because she had that wig on. I was like, she don't look right with long hair. I want her to go back to that fade that she be having. But anyways, like, I don't know if Nia knew this or not, but Mariah Lynn don't play when it comes to her family, especially her mama. Because these two was going back and forth, and she was telling Mariah, you need to shut down, and you need to, you know, bark with the chihuahuas and not with the pit bulls. And Mariah's like, I got bark and I got bite. Like, I'm 5'1", I will run you over, you and your jolly green giant behind. And this is when Naya calls, Mariah Lynn's mama a crackhead. She's like, I didn't mock her crackhead mama. Like, first of all, like, you bringing in an outside person. If I'm saying something about you, I'm saying something about you. I ain't saying nothing about you, nothing about your mama, not about your daddy or nothing else. But when she said that, Mariah Lynn was ready to fight. And I really don't blame her at all. Like, don't be saying nothing about my mama. My mama and her drug issues ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about right now. Well, she mocked my scar. She marked your scar, but so you're going to talk about her mama being a crackhead? Really? Like, I don't know if Mariah Lynn could have taken her, but she would have went down trying to, in my opinion. So, Miracle can face up to 20 years in prison. They done got them a good lawyer, and they was not going to fool with that public defender anymore. Like, I don't know what was wrong with Miracle to where she just, I'm like, I said this many a times. If you facing jail time, this is when you need to put all pride aside. Ask any and everybody you can. Set up a GoFundMe, a fish fry, be selling plates on Sundays. You need to be doing something so you can get somebody for a good lawyer and not just sitting back and doing nothing and not telling anybody about your situation. No. Get on top of that. Ashley, she thinking about quitting school so she can take care of her younger brother and sister. And Rich's whole thing is, no, you need to go to school and you're going to finish going to school. Because how you going to help somebody else when you ain't even helping yourself? You going to finish school. We going to figure this out somehow. But Remy thinks she should go ahead and take the plea. Like, I mean, going to trial, that's a gamble in itself. You may end up getting like the 20 years as opposed to you take the plea deal and you maybe get 4 or 5 years. I forgot how many years, or was there even a plea deal in effect? Like, I think it was at one point, and they was like, no, Rich is stressed out about this. At one point, he was up there running across the doggone table and almost twisting ankles trying to get to Safaree because the Safaree didn't appreciate the way he was talking about Eric and Mena. A lot. Rich is going through some things, but when you go to jail, it not only affects you, but it affects your whole entire family. So Alexis, she get to talk about how people was, dogging her for about her baby being on Medicaid. But she's like, my daughter's on Medicaid. I'm not on Medicaid. My daughter, she was born premature, so you automatically qualify for Medicaid. Like, being in the ICU for one day, that's $20,000. And I'm not even going to sit here and act like I got that $20,000. You ain't going to get it from Fetty, because Fetty got, 8, 9, 10 kids? So he ain't going to be able to be out here giving $20,000 a day. That Medicaid is helping my daughter out when she was in the NICU, when she needs to go to therapy. The Medicaid is there for to help her out. She's like, I'm not too proud to take that Medicaid. My daughter needs that. When she was in the ICU, I couldn't afford $20,000 a day. She was premature. When she needs to go to therapy, that adds up. Don't be out here doggone shading me when you and your kids is on Medicaid. She didn't say that, but I'm just saying. So what else happened? Maggie says that she appreciates Menno, and he may have, not been there supportive. Like, he was just basically like, the record industry is tough. It's a good chance you're not going to be making no money. But with your hair business, women are going to always want to have some hair. So this is more of a foundation to have for our future instead of you going into the rap game or to the music game. That's basically it. So y'all, that was basically the gist that went on. If I left anything out, by all means leave a comment below. They was trying to tell Maggie, you girl, y'all gonna be good, y'all living together, so y'all basically common law wife, basically telling her it's fine that y'all not married at this time. I'm like, girl, don't be waiting no 10 years like Kim Bella did. If you want to get married, let this man know. This is what I want to do in the future. Like, if you're not on board, then maybe we shouldn't be together, because I want to get married and I want to have some kids within this certain period of time. It's up to you to decide if this is what you want to. So, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.